Hello friends, welcome to Tech Behind Food. Today we are going to explore the rice milling process. Have you ever wondered how rice goes from the field to your plate? By the end of this video, you'll understand each step clearly. So let's get started and see how rice is processed. So this is the flow chart of important operations. So first is the cleaning. It removes the foreign matter such as sand, stone, straw, seeds and pieces of iron from the paddy. Next is the dehusking. It removes the paddy from the husk with minimum of damage. Next is the husk separation. It removes the husk from the mixture obtained after dehusking. Then comes the whitening. In the whitening process, we have brown rice and we remove the bran. So we have with us white rice. So hence this process is called whitening. Next is the grading. So separate broken from the unbroken rice and broken are separated into different sizes. So this is the process flow chart you can see from here. So cleaning, dehusking, separation, bran removal and last is the grading. Here we have unbroken and broken rice we collected. So I have with me a picture of cleaner where you can see that here we have a paddy here from the hopper. We fed the paddy into the machine through an opening. The suction fan draws the air through the film of the grain and separate all dust light impurities. Now paddy falls to a vibrating sieve with a large perforation which remove the large impurities such as straw, big stones. The paddy and the remaining small impurities fall to the bottom vibrating sieve with small perforation which remove the small impurities. This is the another picture of cleaner. From here you can clearly see that we have a hopper, we fed paddy there, and here it is an aspirator is there. So it rotates and it sucks the all the lighter particles outside like this way, and we have this here large impurities, and this is oscillating or a vibrating screen where all the cleaned paddy is collected. Next is the destoner. The destoner consists of a perforated desk mounted at an angle. So here we can see that it is mounted at an angles. Now, and is operated by a reciprocating motion. So a large amount of air is blown from below through the sieve with stratify the material according to their density, or you can say that heaviness. So the heavy stone remain on the deck and the carried backward to the top end by reciprocating motion of the deck. The lighter paddy remains floating and slide down and is discharged from the lower end. The separation can be controlled by adjusting the rate of feed, airflow, or the sieve tilt. Next important process is magnetic separation. So this is done by obviously magnetic separator. We have this two type of separator, A and B. This is I'll explain. Type A is a permanent magnet located and in a such a way that when unclean paddy move across it, the iron particles are collected by it. The particles are later cleaned by hand. So this is manually operated. Now next, another one is the type B, which is completely automatic. So rotating cylinder is turned by free flowing paddy. Under the cylinder, there is a half round magnet. So here you can see that this is magnet. Now, as the paddy passes over the cylinder, iron particles are held by cylinder magnetic attraction. As the cylinder continues to rotate, when the cylinder is not moving over the magnet, so the iron is automatically released and discharged separately. So here you can see that there is a scraper type of thing when the rice is passed through this, sorry, iron particle is passed through this particular thing, the it scrape out the iron particle. So this is automatically. So in this case we have to manually remove the iron particles. Next is the dehusking process. The objective of dehusking is to remove husk from the paddy with a minimum of damage to the bran layer and without breaking the brown rice. So this is the diagram of a disc sheller. So it consists of two horizontal iron discs coated with the emery. The top disc is fixed to a framing housing and the bottom disc rotates. The rotating disc can be moved vertically up or down to adjust the clearance between the two discs. The clearance is thus adjusted to the size of the paddy grain. So in this, here the clearance is adjusted accordingly. So paddy is fed into the center of the machine and it reaches the rotating disc. It moves outward by centrifugal force. Now, during its travel outwards, whenever it upended, it caught between the top stationary and bottom rotating disc. So this is a rotating disc and this is the stationary one. So the clearance between the two is critical to avoid excessive breakage. Next is the rubber roller sheller. So rubber roller sheller consists of a two rubber roller rotating in a opposite direction. So both rolls have same diameter, but one roll moves about 25% faster than other. So here you can see that there is a two roller and they are rotating. One is slower and one is comparatively faster than other. The difference in the peripheral speed subjected the paddy grains falling between the rolls to shearing action that strips off the husk. So one roller is fixed in position and other is adjusted in order to increase or decrease the clearance between the two rolls. The rolls are cooled by blowing air on the roll surface. The shelling or dehusking rate is generally maintained at about 85%. Next is the husk separation. Here you can see that the mixture of paddy, brown rice, broken and husk are fed onto the top. Now, the broken are passed through a perforation of the sieve. So here you can see that there is a sieve. Now, as the mixture of husk and paddy are flows from the sieve, the air is blown. Now, as the mixture of husk, paddy, and brown rice overflow the sieve, air is blown or sucked through the mixture. So, husk is carried away by air, and paddy and brown rice are collected. So air is blown from this particular uh, process and it removes the husk in this way. Next is the paddy separation. So shelling is never done to a level of 100% to avoid rice breakage. So grain also differ in size so that smaller grains remain unshelled. Therefore, a paddy separator is used to separate the remaining unhusked paddy from the husked brown rice. So here this is the picture of a compartment type separator. The oscillating table is divided into zigzag channel and is inclined from one side to the another in a zigzag channel. The mixture of paddy and brown rice is fed from the hopper to the center of the channel. The impact of grain on the side of each channel causes the unhusked paddy grains to move up the inclined slope. The dehusked brown rice slide down the slope to a lower side of the table. The slope and stroke of the table are adjusted to meet the needs of paddy of different size. So paddy separation is done to remove the brown rice and the dehusked brown rice. Next comes the tray separator. So tray separator, it consists of a several indented trays, that is trays having a large number of depressions. Okay, so the tray section move up and forward making a slight jumping movement. So here the brown rice and paddy is separated. So this is an at an inclined angle. So here you can see that brown rice are there and paddy flows down. So here we can separate these two. So table inclination is adjusted to meet different grain sizes and conditions. So in this intentions, the rice is counted and these two are separated. Next is cone polishing. So polishing is an important process. The brown rice is next polished to remove bran layer. Okay. So here the diagram of a cone polisher. It consists of vertical cone covered with emery which rotate inside a wire screen. The clearance between the cone and screen can be adjusted by raising or lowering the cone. So another polisher like horizontal abrasive polisher and horizontal friction polishers are used. So after that the pneumatic bran separator are used where we can remove the bran layer and we collect the polished rice. So this is all about rice milling process. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe to Tech Behind Food.